KZ has gone wireless. The KZ VXS, brand new true wireless earbuds from KZ. Let's see how they sound, and I'll tell you about all the bits and pieces that have stood out to me so far. So let's start with some high-level tech stuff, and then I'll show you actually how cool these are and how good they look. So they have a 10mm dynamic driver, they're Bluetooth 5.2, and they're using a Qualcomm QCC3040 chip. They also have a low latency mode, so you can, using the touch controls on each earbud, switch between like a gaming mode or a music mode, which is really quite cool. They have about 4 or 5 hours battery life. I haven't fully run them down yet. I've probably listened to them for a few hours, no problem, but not until they went flat. And with the charging case included, you're looking at about up to 20 to 25 hours listen time with a few recharges. They also can do phone calls and have what's called CVC, which basically just stands for clear voice capture technology, which basically tries to mute out background noise and just focus in on your voice so that people on the other end have a good experience. They do support aptX or aptX lossless audio, so that's anything from 16 to 24-bit at 48 kilohertz. So if you do have an Android device or any other DAP or player that supports the aptX codecs, then it's game on for you with these. In the case, you get a USB-C charger because this case is USB-C. You get additional silicon tips, which are probably going to be small and large, with these coming with medium, most standard. And you get a manual, which I did read because I wanted to make sure that I got all the touch controls right, because these also have touch controls on the outside. It's not as long as it looks, honest, it's not that bad. I made a rookie mistake when I opened them and thought, I think that's gonna go in that way. Got it wrong, couldn't figure out why I couldn't get a good seal. You'd think I'd never done this before. Fortunately, as the instructions say, there is actually a little left and right on these. I just couldn't see it, so I just moved straight into trying what seemed to fit just right. So obviously if you open them and they're facing you, then the logical way is left and right from there. They do have lots of little LED colors to them. You can see they're glowing red now, which is in charging state, and then they'll go green. And there's also a main LED light on the unit itself, which changes color as well. I think I just said that these go from red to green when they're charged. Sorry, the earbuds go from red to blue. Now the case itself, well, actually you can see it there. They've gone, one's gone red and one's gone blue because they're fully charged. Now the case itself, if I open that up, you can see that green LED on the case. Now that will be green when it's over 70%, it'll be yellow if it's between 30 and 70%, and it will go red if there's less than 30% battery. I love this. So rather than a lot of the true wireless earbuds that you can buy, like the Apple AirPods Pro, which don't really tell you where they're at least with this charging case, you know if it's like a yellow, then we're getting a bit low, and if it's red, you really need to make sure you charge them. Nothing worse than having battery fear, FOMO stuff when you go out and you're worried that your case isn't going to make it. The fitting on these, like any in-ear monitor or true wireless earbud, and again, these really are designed as in-ear monitors. They're just cableless true wireless IEMs, TWIEM. Should I trademark that? Not that interesting. If you put these in, you've just got to make sure you get a good seating, because even when they feel kind of okay, if you really do get them right, the bottom end really comes to life. And that's not to say that they're lacking bottom end. We'll get into sound quality in a minute. I'm just going to pop these in my ear. So typically what you'll do, if you're familiar with IEMs, you can switch off for a minute, is you'll put them in and then you'll kind of twist them forward a little bit. Sometimes I just pull my earlobe and I'll just pull that while I just push that in at the end, and that creates a perfect seal. Now the natural sound isolation on these is excellent. They're not active noise cancelling, but right now obviously I really feel like I'm underwater, and that's exactly how you want it to sound when you put these in. So that is a positive. Now let's get on to touch controls, then we'll do sound quality. Let's see if I can get this right first go. The controls are just a single tap on either earbud will play or pause your music. If you want to go forward, you can double tap on the right one. If you want to go back a track, you can double tap on the left one. If you triple tap on the left one, that will change the mode. So it will go into that low latency gaming versus just music mode. If you press and hold and there's a phone call coming in, then the phone call will get rejected. That's a press and long hold. If there's a phone call coming in and you single tap, that'll pick up the call. If you tap it once again, it'll hang up. So if it's music, it's a play pause. If there's an audio call coming in, it's a pick up, hang up. And then the last thing you can do is you can press and hold for 2 seconds, and that will activate your smart assistant such as Siri. And that, I can't believe I got all right first time. Pairing was super straightforward. As soon as I opened up the case, these things kicked into life, went to my phone, opened up my phone, and it just worked. No problem whatsoever. And there are obviously some resets you can do if you'd like to pair this differently. I'm smiling because I really like them. So right now through the thing, I'm probably shouting at you, is a track called Insubordinate by Alt. Not a band I listen to, just popping up some random tunes as well as my regular listening to really do a good audio off. And the bottom end is really big. It's a warm signature, but it's quite full. I'm just doing a comparison with the Donna Earbuds 1, which I got recently, which I really liked. Yeah, these are pretty awesome. True wireless earbuds actually, the Donna. And now the AirPods Pro, just for a listen v listen. Kind of falling out of love with these in terms of their price, but they're still pretty tight. And now I'm back to the VXS. Okay, so I'll let you in on the price. These things are gonna release at 59 bucks. Which is typical and in keeping with the KZ range. But these sound great. So now I'm listening to MIA from Son. This is on the release radar at the moment. I listen to quite a lot of Son. I like the big fat keys and the patches. The bottom end on this is huge. Now it is quite warm. It's not super tight in the really sub bass, but there is sub bass there, which a lot of true wireless earbuds don't achieve. The upper bass, kind of before you hit those lower mids, is quite tight. Now there's vocals, there's treble, and it's just really quite deep. If you've heard Dermot Kennedy's Glory track, it starts off with this like electric, it's almost like he's playing off an electric bass, really deep. And the pads are really like, and then there's this mid keys that comes in. I mean, I'm just giving you tracks that I think really help to make these. I mean, so far I haven't really thrown anything at them that makes me go, ugh. I've listened to these now for quite a few hours. You know, those were new surprise tracks. I've done some next to. The sound stage on these is really great too. It's really wide. There's really nice placement, not just like horizontally, but vertically. You know, you've got stuff going on. A little bit similar to the spatial experience you get with the AirPods, the Apple stuff. You know, for $59, I didn't expect them to sound this good at this price and to look so cool. Anyway, any questions, please fire them away in the comments below. I'll do some close-up shots on this before I post the video, but I would definitely welcome anyone's questions, and obviously links below to KZ where you can see these and anywhere else that you can buy them. If this was helpful, please do like and subscribe. Stay safe, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.